Okay, we're recording. I got my voice chat thing fixed too, so I can. So you'll get the idea. You'll get. Yeah, I'm doing a strike right now, so you'll see. I'm doing like the hardest strike level you can do. Like, there's another game mode. It's called Vanguard Strikes, and it goes in level, or you can do them in an order of increasing level. So I'm doing level 41, which is the hardest one you can do, and the recommended light is 260, and I have 323. But it's still pretty hard. But hang on, I might as well let me work on this because I'm talking to Jesse now. Yeah, but it's awesome. It's fun. Yeah, like I didn't when I first started playing, I didn't look at anything up either. Jaden bought it and he's like, dude, I'll show this game. We're gonna play it. So I started playing it.
Oh my feet! Oh my god!
And shut up, I'm recording. Do what, Jesse? Oh, I still can. But the deal is, when you file share on PlayStation 4s, you have to play in the account that you downloaded on. So if you file share it for me, you have to play on my account. No, I did now, but when I first started playing it, I just played on Jaden's account. But nobody can get on my account anyways because I don't know my login info because I made it up. So I have no idea what it is. But, yep. It comes with every DLC in the game. Okay, what it is the Dark Below, which is a bunch of missions, a strike, and a boss called Crota. Okay, what they add is called raids. Each expansion has a raid, except House of Wolves. But what it is, it adds a new boss, new missions, new raid, new multiplayer maps, and strikes. And the first one is called the Dark Below. It added Crota, and he's the son. Well, really, no. Vault of Glass was never DLC. It was an expansion and something else. It came with one of the. I think it came with House of Wolves. But the first one's Dark Below. It adds Crota, a raid, or the fight Crota is a raid. And then like there's a bunch of like camos and stuff like. No. You get like armor. Okay, your armor, when you get to a certain level, you get shaders for your armor. So like say your armor, say you got 6 different pieces of armor, like your boots, your gloves, chest piece and armor, chest piece, and your gauntlets don't match at all different kinds. What you can do is get a shader on your armor, so it's like a color pattern. And it could make it look terrible or it could make it look awesome. Like there's beast ones. The one I have on is awesome, but like it makes your armor just look good. Exactly, you can customize your guy a little. Yeah, exactly. And then, yeah, I know that's what I did wrong. But, and then you get a ghost, like is what like powers you. He's called a ghost, and like, he's what like revived you. Like when you first start the game, you've been dead for like 1,000 years or so, and he revives you. Because the whole deal is he's called the Traveler. He's like this like outer space god and a big like moon-looking thing. He's like his own planet, but what he did, he made the Earth and like our solar system awesome. He expanded like human lifespan, and he they grew plants on Mars. They built cities on Venus and stuff like that. Well, then what's called the quote-unquote the darkness, the Hive and stuff, they came and killed him, or they drained him of his light and they killed him. And when he died, he created the ghosts, which the ghost job is to find you, and they revive you, and so on and so forth. And then you're called what's called the Guardian, and you go around and kill the darkness. So you got to kill Hive, you got to kill Taken, you got to kill Fallen. I mean, it's awesome. But then the second DLC is called House of Wolves. That's where you fight the Fallen. Like there's this big, like a long time ago, there was a group called the House of Wolves, and they were all like one clan kind of a thing. They were a clan, and they like all had a big argument, and they like a big argument, and they didn't get along anymore, and they had a war, and like thousands of people died over this, and then they all kind of made their own little factions, and you work for a guy called Varix. He's like the last remainder of the House of Wolves, or loyal to the House of Wolves. He wants you to go track down all the commanders and kill all of them, and some of them you capture, which unlocks the Prison of Elders, which is part of the House of Wolves. You unlock the Challenge of the Elders, which is part of House of Wolves. And when you complete the full storyline for House of Wolves, you unlock like these little challenges where you fight people that you captured, but they're like twice as hard to beat. But you get like special loot and stuff like that. Like it's all kind of hard. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to explain. So like when you get the game and you're playing it, it'll be a lot easier. So I just take you step by step through it. But yeah, cause like, go ahead. Oh, yeah, I mean, like, all these expansions do is add to a story and make the story longer, and then they add new loot, more, like, they each added higher level. Like, you don't need to worry about that, because the Taken King is the last update, and it gives you, well, I'm saying Rise of Iron, when it comes out, will be the last update, but when you get Taken King, you're up to date. Like, that's, like, you got Legendary Edition, so it's going to bring you up to date. You're going to have everything good. Your game's gonna be great. Like without like Taken King, your game would suck. But it comes with Taken King. It comes with the full every expansion. So I mean, you're gonna be just fine. That's all I got, and I maxed out. I got to 300 light in 4 days, and 335, like I said earlier, is the highest you can go. And I got to 300 in 4 days. But I was grinding the game, so I love it. But there's like thousands of different kinds of or pieces of loot you can get. Like there's like I can't even like I've played this game for 3 weeks, I guess for a few months really, because when I played on Jaden's, I haven't even scratched the surface of what you can get. Like there's so much yet that we don't even know about. No, you get like a ship and you just travel and you just go. But there's a place called the Tower, which is a public social area. It's the main hub. Like every person that plays the game, it puts like so many on a server, and it puts you all in what's called the Tower. That's where you can talk to the faction leaders. It's where you decode engrams, gather fire teams. Like you can make friends there and get gather teams and or fire teams and stuff. It's just a social area. But when that Rise of Iron comes out, they're adding a new social area. Instead of the Tower, you go somewhere else, or you can go somewhere else. And the Reef is a social area. That's another one. The Reef, the Tower, and then the Rise of Iron is going to add one more, which is probably going to be like the Rise of Iron base camp, or the Lord of Iron base camp, and that's where you'll all meet up at. But, like, there's no matchmaking unless you do the Vanguard strikes. But other than that, you gotta find your own friends to play with. But you got me and Jaden. We're like beast players at this game, so you'll be fine. We're almost max, so you'll have it pretty made. Dude, because I'm good at them, and these are easy. Especially this game. All this game is a matter of how much you play. That's all this game is. Now, there's some kids that are way better than me, but they've had the game since it came out. I've had the game for 2 weeks. Do what? It's still recording. It has to record for 15 minutes. It's gonna let me know when it's done. But like all I'm doing on here, all you're gonna hear is me talking to you. But then you're gonna pretty much see how we're playing. Cause I played a little bit, and then Aaron's here fighting the boss right now. We're doing strikes. But I mean, it's fun. I can get you leveled up pretty fast. But like if I do like a Prison of Elders, I don't even need you to help. You can just stand there and watch, and me and Jaden can beat him, and you can get dang guns that do a beast amount of life. But say you get, for some reason, you get an exotic piece of armor as soon as you start when you play with us. For some reason, you may or may not be able to use it. It depends. Like on most beast weapons or exotic, it's level 40 at least, or not at least. Like you have to be level 40 to use it. So, I mean. Like what it does is a restriction to keep low players from just being completely OP as soon as you start. But I have seen kids that are level 7 and be able to kill me with 2 hits out of guns. But that's because they put good stuff in their vault and somehow they got it. Yeah, like when we play, I'll explain it to you. Like as you're playing, you'll ask questions and I can answer. Because you'll have questions about what I'm doing and what you're doing, and then it'll be easier to explain. Yeah, well, here's the deal though. When you start, it's going to give you the Spark of Light, which it boosts you up to level 25 instantly, gives you a full set of armor and a full set of weapons. You got, okay, with weapons, you got your primary. Oh, when you use that Spark of Light, it's going to set you up. You're going to have 130 light. Go ahead. It comes with the Legendary Edition, yeah. That's part of buying the Legendary Edition. Okay, but what it does, it bumps you up to level 25 instantly. It gives you a full set of armor. And it gives you a full set of weapons. Okay, now how weapons work. You have your primary weapons, your secondary weapons, and your heavy weapons. Okay, now when you get heavy weapons, you either can have a sword, a machine gun, or a rocket launcher. Okay, now secondary weapons. You can have a shotgun, a pistol, a fusion rifle, and a sniper rifle. Fusion rifles, they kind of suck. Like what it is, you like charge. You have to charge it. You like hold the trigger and it shoots a burst. Hold the trigger, it shoots a burst. It's kind of stupid. Pistols and shotguns are your best bet. Snipers are cool and they're fun, but like those are just for playing the story. Like when you play the multiplayer, like player versus player, don't use a sniper rifle. I mean, there's people that are going to be a lot better than you with it, and you won't get any kills using it. But yeah, there's some people that are losers on here. But and then your primary weapons, you have a scout rifle, which is a semi-automatic rifle. You got your auto rifle, which is an assault rifle. It's fully automatic. And then you got a pulse rifle, which is a 3-round burst rifle. But now how it works, every weapon in the game, like there's thousands of different guns in the game, like across the board. They have their own individualized perks. The higher like the gun, okay, when you first start you get guns that are white, like the level is white. They have no perks. Green has, I think, maybe one perk. No, they don't even have perks either. They have like their own, like, okay, some weapons will give you an automatic ability for the gun just for having it. Like it might, on a pulse rifle, might give you full auto. So instead of having to tap the trigger to get the pulse, you can hold the trigger and get the pulse out of it. So you just hold down the trigger and it just keeps pulsating and firing. But white weapons have no perks at all. Green weapons have perks, like just normal perks. They have one perk. Blue guns have one, mainly like one special perk, and then they have like their perk for just having the gun. Legendary weapons have like 2 to 3 perks, like good perks. It's got like its range perks, its sight perks, stuff like that. I mean, they got good perks like depending on the guns. Like when you start playing, I'll show you what guns you're gonna want to find. And like playing like certain missions and stuff, I'll get you some good stuff. But and then your exotics have 3 beast perks and then a whole other line of perks. They got their accuracy perks and stuff like that. But with exotics, you have 1 and 1. You have 1 gun and 1 piece of armor. So I mean, you kind of like, you're limited strongly. But on legendary, you can have as much as you want. Everything else you can have as much as you want. But exotics, you get 1 gun. You can get 15 exotic weapons, but you can only use 1 at a time. But when you decompose them, what happens with exotics in the game is, any kind of exotic, no matter if it's armor or a gun, once you find it and discover it, it's automatically saved forever in a vault. But what the deal with it is, you can decompose it, get some you have to have like certain stuff to upgrade guns, so you get like your weapon parts and armor parts. You have to have that to make your stuff better. But with exotic weapons, to improve them, you have to have so many weapon parts and exotic shard to get them out, or to improve them. And so say you got an exotic gun, it sucks compared to the one you have, you don't like it, so you decompose it, you get rid of it. What it does, it's going to send it to the exotic armory vault, but it's only going to do 280 damage. No matter what exotic weapon it is, it's going to do a flat 280. Armor, you can decompose. If you can't, like say you can't wear it, you decompose it, it's going to leave it whatever it was. In the, no, it's going to do 280 in the vault, but all your perks will stay the same. Now with exotic armor, certain pieces of armor, you can buy what's called glass needles and change the perks. Say it's got perks on there you don't like, you can change them, but you have to buy it with glass needles. And then on certain exotic weapons, say you don't like the perks that are on it, you can change it with glass needles. But you can only buy glass needles from Xur, and Xur comes every Friday through Sunday. 7 a.m. on Friday.